everyone, my name is Chloe and welcome to day 7 of Vlogmas. So if you have not seen any of these videos, I'm doing the same thing that I've done the past few years for Vlogmas, and that is I asked someone in my life to pick 24 books that either they read and loved, that they want me to read, whatever the reason may be, just 24 books that they want me to read throughout the year. And so today I'm going to choose one. So this year I did my best friend, one of my best friends in real life. She sent my husband 24 titles and in an email and had him print it. Now I asked him to do a little coffee cup with tiny strips, as you've seen a lot here on YouTube. He did this instead, a giant vase with huge pieces of paper. So comedy. I mean, he thinks he's funny. Anyway, so I'm going to pick one and then I'll tell you a little bit about it, and then I will vlog my experience reading it. I will also update you on life. These videos are as much for you guys as, well, more for me than they are for you guys, honestly, because I edit these in December pretty much like a day or two ahead. And so looking back on the year is so fun for me, and trying not to talk about these books in present time to you guys is so hard. I have slipped on the last one. If you saw yesterday, I read They Went Left, and I talked about it frequently in Patreon, so whoops. I guess they got a sneak peek of what I thought about it, but yeah, so I will just say it's March 24th. I am almost 10 weeks pregnant. I'm feeling awful still, which is great. Pregnancy is the weirdest thing. Like, if you feel good, you mentally feel bad because you're worried. But if you feel bad, you feel bad. And right now is March Madness, and my family, we always fill out brackets. And so my big 2 kids and myself and my husband have all filled out brackets for the girls and boys. And at this point, my girls bracket is nearly perfect. I've missed one. So that's great. The prizes for them are whoever wins the girls gets to pick a game that we all have to play together. And whoever wins the boys gets to pick the meal for, like, I think it's like one meal in the day. We'll see. It's looking like this year Jeremy and I are going to win both, which last year, honestly, it was a close call. So I ended up winning, and so I got to choose the meal and everything, which, I mean, I do every day anyway. So anyway, that's really what's going on life-wise. Yeah, let's go ahead and pick our next read. We've had some good ones in this. This has probably been the most successful year so far. I mean, we're only 6 days in, but okay, so I'm digging to the bottom. Let's see what we got. Let's see. Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmis. Now, have I read that? Let me look. I'm going to look it up on my phone and see what we think. You guys, I get so many compliments on this phone case, and I have yet to pay more than like $12 for a phone case. So if you're in the market for a phone case, go on Amazon. Okay, so Lessons in Chemistry. No, I have not read this, but I have been interested. I think it was a pick for Krista from Books and Jams. I think it was a pick for her book club, but let's read, and I didn't read it for whatever reason. So let's see. Chemist Elizabeth Zott is not your average woman. In fact, Elizabeth Zott would be the first to point out that there's no such thing as an average woman, but it's the early 1960s, and her all-male team at Hastings Research Institute takes a very unscientific view of equality, except for one, Calvin Evans, the lonely, brilliant, Nobel Prize-nominated grudge holder who falls in love with, of all things, her mind. True chemistry results, but like science, life is unpredictable, which is why a few years later, Elizabeth Zott finds herself not only a single mother, but the reluctant star of America's most beloved cooking show, Supper at 6. Elizabeth's unusual approach to cooking, combine 1 tablespoon acetic acid with a pinch of sodium chloride, proves revolutionary. But as her following grows, not everyone is happy because, as it turns out, Elizabeth Zott's not just teaching women to cook, she's daring them to change the status quo. Okay, so I've heard really great things about this. It's a feminist book. With cooking and science, and I think it sounds great. I don't know why. Like, the reason I haven't read it, actually, because like I said, the only thing that made me like want to put it on the top of my priority list was Krista, I think you did this. Maybe I'm making that up, but like, there was some sort of read along. I think it was Krista's book club. And I didn't do it because I was really wanting to read books off my shelf. And so now I have to. So that's great. I've been interested in this book. There's been nothing to like compel me to push it to the top. So here we go. So I will let you know what I think. I also, it's mid-March, and I think I've read like 2 books off my shelf this month. And so April's going to be a big month of reading off my shelf, but I'm going to squeeze this one in, as well as like some Patreon recommendations. Maybe I'm going to try to get them done in March so April can be all mood ready. What do we think? I don't know. So we'll see you we'll see you when I have an update. Hey, everyone. So here I am. It's the same day, just a little bit later. And she just messaged me why she picked this. So let's listen.
I've read it, but it's been on my list for a really long time. I don't know why. It just keeps not happening for me.
Same.
But really excited to hear what you think. I've heard really good things from a lot of people about it.
Same.
And a lot of people who have varied, book taste. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, excited to hear what you think.
So she sounds like it's a Sunday. But yes, I agree. Don't know why I haven't picked it up. A lot of good things. I've heard nothing but good things, really. So yeah, there's that. And that's it. Hey everyone, so I have officially started this book. It is many moons later. It's April 5th, I think, and this week, it's Saturday now. This week, my parents were here, and so that was really fun just to have an extra set of hands and a different routine, and yesterday, the girls went swimming at their pool, and it was just a fun time, so at their hotel pool, and yeah, it's been a fun week, and so I finally have started this book. I've been waiting for it forever on Libby or through my library, like physically, and can't get it, but it's on Spotify. So I'm listening on Spotify and I am loving this book. However, I'm infuriated by this book. So this book is about a woman who, it's in the 50s and she is a scientist and she is just constantly belittled and constantly devalued because of her gender, and it is enraging. And then now I'm like 25 or 30% of the way through the book and something huge just happened and I'm mad about it too. Like, I'm mad. This is not like the gender injustice that's going on, but I'm mad about it. And like, we know in the beginning that she ends up being a TV cooking personality, and she likes cooking because of the science behind it, and she has a kid and stuff, and then we flash back to see how she got there, and so we're in the story of like how she got there, and it's just like enraging, but so good. I'm definitely wanting to pick it up. I'm liking our main character. I'm liking the 50s setting, and just like, I have jokingly thought that like I belong in the 50s because, you know, I love, like, I've always wanted to be a mom and a homemaker, and I love that kind of stuff. But now I'm like, I am also a strong feminine supporter, and I have 3 girls, and I'm so thankful my girls are being raised in 2024, not 1951. So, yeah, anyway, that's my thoughts on that, and that's kind of what's going on with life. Just beautiful 60-degree day. I'm sitting in the shade, and so I'm like kind of cold, but our front yard doesn't get great sun until the afternoon, and it's still morning, so yeah, that's what's going on. But my husband just pulled up with Sam's Club groceries and a ton of bird poop on the car. That's disgusting, but so maybe washing the car is gonna be this afternoon's plan. But that's everything. I will see you when I've read more. Hey everyone, so I am in heaven right now. Like, I'm actually in my backyard, but it is gorgeous. Like, this time of year, it's April, what is it? April, I don't know, a couple days in April, week into April, something like that. And it is gorgeous. It's like 70 degrees, and I'm in a sweatshirt, but I'm in shorts, and it's like just beautiful. The sun is so nice. Like, it's just wonderful. It's perfect outside hanging out weather, especially being pregnant. Like, I am normally one of those people who's cold all the time, except when I sleep. I sleep really, really hot. But when I'm pregnant, I'm hot all the time. And so the fact that it's like 70, it's just perfect. It is perfect. Maybe 65. I don't know what it is, but it's not too hot. It's just perfect. We did school outside this morning, and then one of my kids had PT and did lunch and naps because everybody woke up an hour early. And yes, yesterday was the solar eclipse. We live too far. We don't live on the path, I guess. And so it didn't get dark, but it got like that eerie, kind of like before a tornado, kind of like eerie glow. And we just kind of sat out here and watched with our glasses on, and it was fun. I mean, the kids were really excited about it, and like, you could see it got so much colder that you could see the heat coming off my patio, and like shadows were all wavy, and it was just crazy. It was really a neat thing. I had no interest in it and probably wouldn't have done it if it weren't for the kids. So it was really cool. But all that to say, I finished this book like 2 or 3 days ago and just keep forgetting to update. So, I had my thoughts are somewhat the same. As the book went on, in that it is so frustrating. This confirmed that I don't want to be a 1950s housewife. I'm really glad that I'm not a 1950s housewife, because I just couldn't believe how many times she was belittled and not taken seriously and blamed for stuff that wasn't her fault, and just how unfairly she was treated. And yeah, just today, actually, my girls and I were talking about something, and it got brought up, like a time when women couldn't vote and women were treated more inferior than they are now. And my girls were flabbergasted by that. And that's not that far ago in history. Like, my parents were alive in this time. And so anyway, all that to say, the things I loved about this book. I loved our main character. I really liked her. Catherine Zott. I think that was her name. I loved her daughter. Her daughter's name's Mad, and she is a genius and real snarky, really just, beyond her time. I loved all the supporting characters. Walter, I think was his name. Like I said, it's been a couple days, but Walter is a single father to one of Mad's schoolmates, and he, come to find out, is not even the biological daughter, or it's not even his biological daughter, which is not like a spoiler. He's a minor, or that part's not a storyline, but and so he's this awesome father for this daughter who's not even biologically his. And he is like a good man in this time where so many men are so kind of chauvinistic. And I really liked what the author was doing there, and saying that, like, you cannot make blanket statements about anybody. A feminist is not anti-man. And even in this time that was so patriarchal, there were still good men, and there are always good people, even when society is bad as a whole. And so I really liked that conversation. I liked her neighbor, Harriet, who was just super supportive and sweet. Like, all the side characters were wonderful in this book. And like I said, I really liked that she just kind of said what she was thinking. I was really frustrated and angry multiple times in this book, but overall it was really enjoyable. So premise, I can't even remember what I said the first time, but this girl, she is a chemist, and she is just blamed for things. She loses the opportunity of education. She loses job opportunities, all of that because of her gender, and because she will not bow down to men and not allow them to treat her however they want to treat her. And I love that about her, and I was so infuriated by her, the way she was treated. But anyway, she gets approached by Walter to start a cooking show, and they want her to be a housewife, looking good, teaching people how to cook. And she's like, no, I'm a scientist. Like, let me wear a lab coat and do this. And so she starts the show, and it's kind of a happy medium. She doesn't wear a lab coat, but she does infuse science into things, because baking and cooking really is a series of chemical reactions. And so she is teaching potentially housewives that are watching. I mean, that's the target audience. She's teaching them not only about cooking, but about science, and people love it. And I loved the producer of the show, or whatever. He's a nasty, nasty, nasty man that we all do not like, and you're not meant to like. And I love the scene that happened with her and him. I love the ending. I really liked the way she took the limitations that society put on her and still did what she could with it. And I just really enjoyed it. So it got a little redundant at times. The storyline, I think it could have used 20 to 50 pages less. But overall, I really, really enjoyed it. So definitely calling this one a win. I think my best friend would really like it, because she is definitely a boss lady in a way that I'm not. I just don't have that career ambition that other people do, because like I said, I'm really content being a stay-at-home mom. But that doesn't mean I enjoyed it any less. There's also a heavy emphasis on rowing in this book, and I've never rowed or anything, and I don't know, but I loved the I just loved the like emphasis on physical strength, and like there's many mentions about how women are the stronger sex, and I don't know, it's a very feminist book and I really enjoyed it. So that's everything. We're just going to stay outside. We, like I said, have been outside as much as possible today, and we're going to continue to be. We're having sandwiches for dinner tonight, so I'm going to stay out here until like 5:45 and then make dinner and do dinner, baths, all that. Last night was also the men's championship game, and all of our brackets, like I maybe I've told you guys this, but we do family brackets for both the men and the women. And for this time, the winner of the men's got to pick the meals for a day, and the winner of the women's got to pick a game that we're all going to play as a family. Well, your girl won both brackets, and I have the past couple years. Like, we've done this since my oldest was like maybe 3, just freshly 3, because she's the end of January is her birthday, and so she was just freshly 3, and we've done it every year since. And I've always won. So interesting. So I get to pick the meals for a day. Woohoo. And I get to pick a game, which will be great. I don't know what we'll play, but last night was the championship. It was 2 number 1 seeds. And so like we didn't care at all. UConn ended up winning. Who cares? None of us had that in our bracket. So who cares? Anyway, yeah, that's everything. That means it was a late night and early morning, so I'm a little off kilter today, but beautiful sun is helping. So 8.5 minutes of your life gone. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.